So 82 Ford F250 with the 351 V8 carburetor. It's a Holley carburetor, and roughly it's leaking around this area at the front towards the bottom. So we're going to start it up real quick and see exactly what's going on. But before anything else, we're going to spray a little bit of starting fluid and get this started. Alright guys, so I apologize in this segment of the video. The audio basically got corrupted, so it left me no choice but to explain what's going on here. I'm basically trying to move the truck so you guys could see exactly what's going on and where the leak is coming from. So basically starting the truck, and as you can see, there's a couple of drips coming off of the carburetor, which is coming from the accelerator pump diaphragm where I'm pointing at, and that'll be it. Okay, so far what I've done is taken off the fuel line, which is right here, set it aside. Always disconnect your battery, of course, just to prevent anything from blowing up on your face. So you got that going. Next, what I decided to do is take off this connector right here, the connector right here, and start taking off the main bolts. Looks like there's 4 bolts for the carb, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, next what I did was take off this connector right here. this type of circuit, whatever it is, put it aside. And the reason why is because there's one 11 mil nut right here, one on this side and one on the other side. And the only way to get to this one, since this guy's blocking it, is by taking off the there's 2 screws right here, and it's being retained by 2 nuts underneath. So what you need is a 9 mil wrench holding it from the bottom, and then the 2 Phillips screws from up top, which will be these guys right here, followed by the nuts from the bottom. Once you take those out, you move this out of the way, and then you could get access to the 11 mil nut. Now, once you take off all your 11 millimeter nuts, you go ahead and take off the accelerator cable from it. Just basically take it out. Use a screwdriver, just your bare hand, so snap right out. There's nothing retaining it except, some tension to it. Then followed by your accelerator spring right here, which is connected to this right here. And then to take off this bracket right here, you basically just need to take off the last flathead screw that retains it to the carburetor. And that is pretty much it. I think we'll give it a try and see if this thing will come right out. And we're missing one more thing, so let's see. It's this guy right here. Looks like a vacuum. All right, so yeah, you take off the last of the vacuum and pretty much just, there was actually 2 vacuums, one at the very back of the carb and one on the side. Once you take off those 2 vacuums, basically comes right out just like that. All right, so now that we got the carb out, we'll diagnose exactly what's going on back here. And looks like the leak is coming from down here. The reason I'm saying this is because it's nice and yellow and looks like gummed up gas. So we're gonna take this off, and I think this is the accelerator pump. So we're gonna see exactly what it is, and I think most definitely it is the accelerator pump. So we'll take a look at that and see if we can replace it and stop the leak. So I went ahead and went to O'Reilly's and got myself a new accelerator pump diaphragm. Here's a part number 12400 for Holley carb. So we're just gonna reuse the spring, and this is the new one right here, as you can see, and this is the old one. You could kind of see that if I could get a good angle to it. It's shining through the light, so it's starting to go bad. It was leaking, so probably this this seal right here was going bad and getting brittle, so who knows. So best thing to do is just replace it and get it on forward. So what we're going to do first is insert this spring onto the carb. So after further inspection, this definitely was the issue, and the reason being is, I could explain here, this diaphragm sits on top of right here, and where the tears you see around the diaphragm, the fuel will leak, potentially leaking through here. So it was quite a big leak, so that definitely was the issue. So we're going to go ahead and address that. So what we're going to do is put in the spring first, followed by the diaphragm. Now you have two sides. You have more of a dimple on one side than the other. The bigger dimple, you'll basically want to station right here. So when you put it on the cover, that pin will be in contact onto this. So spring first and bigger dimple pointing outwards. Okay, now that we put everything together, just be careful to tighten down these bolts by hand, just barely enough. These are brass, so you could strip them. So just be very careful when you tighten these down. So as soon as you start feeling tension to it, go ahead and stop and it's good to go. There you go. If I could get in reverse. There we go. And that's pretty much it, guys. Just remember to trace back your steps when it comes to putting everything back together. Stay tuned, as I'm going to upload content regarding the XRS pretty soon. Take care, stay safe, wear a mask, and wash your hands frequently. Thanks. Peace.